Thank you. I think what I'm about to tell you guys is going to be divisive in this community. There's going to be people who understand. There's going to be people who are resistant to change. Change is always hard. Change is always difficult. What I am doing is I am in close discussions with Twitch, and I'm thinking about a rebranding, a new name. Gone are the days of Premiere 2, but we'll still keep the theme song. We'll still keep Premiere Con. We'll still keep the prefix of Premiere, because let me just tell you the truth, is that a lot of time I do not feel nobody refers to me as Premiere 2. No one refers to me as Premiere 2. In fact, a lot of the time it'll have my name, Premiere 2, and then in parentheses, it'll have my name. Now, I know that there is a lot of people who call me Pete. Pete is currently taken on Twitch. I think that'd be perfect. Obviously, a lot of people call me Pete, but the name that we're kind of targeting is just straight up, no numbers, no underscores, no X's, no Y's. It's just Peter. Twitch.tv/Peter. I think that's huge. I think that's real big. I think that's a huge improvement. And it would be really, really cool to have just my name and have that on the side of your following list or around. That way, when people talk to me, Premiere Pete sounds very good, though. Here's the thing. I think Premiere Pete is better. I don't, because Premiere 2 does not clear. Trust me, as someone who knows the analytics, Premiere 2 is not a better human name than Peter. So Premiere Pete is cool, but I think the idea that I disagree with that is Premiere 2 has always been kind of ironic, right? It's always been kind of a joke. I'm not Premiere. And when you add Premiere in front of Pete, I do feel a little self-glazing going on. I feel like the idea behind it is that what can we do to simplify this whole search engine? What can we do to make finding me a little easier? If you're searching Trash Taste Pete, and I feel like just having Peter on this platform is actually incredibly lucky and rare. That's huge. Like, that's a absolutely massive bonus. I think that Peter would be a great Twitch name. If it said twitch.tv/Peter and you saw your friends CDogVA, Iron Mouse, Ludwig, Peter, Squeaks, it is boring. Hey, you, that's my name. That's not boring. That's me. You can't say that about me. You can, but come on. That's insulting me. I know a lot of you guys like Premiere 2. We're going to keep the branding. We're going to keep using Premiere 2, but I can tell you, okay. Wait, fuck off. This guy says boot shadow. Shadow with the 4 as the A. Typed one word. He got behind his keyboard and typed unsub. Mother, you're not even a sub right now. Unless you unsubbed immediately, filed for your refund, said, I don't want to be a part of this preemptively. I'm not in, I'm out. Reason for canceling sub, he might change his name to Peter. Unsub.
The ground.
A Roadcaster 2 Pro. Thank you, Loki. Now Boot Shadow's going to throw away his gifted sub. I feel like that Pete would be better, of course, but there is another streamer. Think of the tier 3 brother. There is another streamer who has Pete. It's not it sucks. It's just weird that you will brand yourself in a new way. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be on. I'm pulling back the curtain here. I'm showing you guys a look behind where the magic is happening, okay? Honestly, this is a very challenging thing to use Premiere 2. If anything, it's almost certainly not helped but hurt us. It's either we've broken even or it's hurt us. Genuinely. On Trash Taste, they don't. If you go to your search engine and nobody types Trash Taste Premiere 2, no one types Iron Mouse Premiere 2. Nobody writes. Why do you say that? Because I feel as cool as Premiere 2 is, it's not something that comes to mind when people are thinking of a name.
Howdy, Pete.
I think Peter is not unique. For example, if you raid someone new and it shows Peter as rated, people would be a little confused instead of Premiere 2 is rated, which there's only one Premiere 2. At this point, Premiere 2 is your brand name. I knew this would happen. I knew it because we're all so close to it. We're all attached to it. You guys don't know the trials and tribulations from behind the scenes. I understand. I get it. I understand. But Premiere 2 is not goated. It is not actually useful. It's not actually a big thing. No one knows that. In fact, every single time I've joined a sponsored stream, I'm so surprised that they usually write Premiere 2 and then in parentheses, they write Pete. Like every other creator won't have that. It'll be Dr. Destructo. That's a bad example. It'll have Mr. Poke, Jay Wong. It'll have Titanium Legman, Sea-Dog VA, Premiere 2, Pete. What were the other names you were considering? Pete? Peter? Premiere Pete is a good one. It kind of keeps the old with the new, you know? It kind of you can still hold on to that kind of classic thing. But on the Twitch side, I found that Twitch, has operated under a different space where it's like the simpler, the better, the easier to say, the better. Just being accessible and what people call you in chats, what people call you during collabs, what people say as guests. Peter is a little too generic for sure. You know, I get that, but I feel like Premiere 2 has been a little bit more challenging to market, to be a part of. I'll still keep all of the Premiere 2 branding. We're still gonna, I'm not gonna go like, let me see here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Peter. Sunlight! Isn't that insane? Peter. I think we should just... Peter. Peter. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yuki, Yuki said, "What's the new name?" And I said, "Peter." And she goes, "Ha, that's boring." And she goes, "That's it?" I go, "Yeah, it's Peter." And she goes, "Not interesting. So boring. Not unique." Sorry.